Things are getting bad for the Leafs as the goalie controversy continues, and this player scratched once again. I'll get into that later on this episode, but before I start, I just want to say to the 81.6% of you guys that aren't subscribed, make sure to go down and hit that subscribe button. We'll be here all season long giving you up-to-date info from all around the league. But with that, let's hop straight into the first topic, which is the goalie struggles continue. Now, this did come out today after practice that Sheldon Keefe says Martin Jones will not play tomorrow after playing today. No indication from the coach who the starters will be. And then you can see that Mark Masters said that once again Jones will not be going tomorrow, and that is to be announced on the starter for Sunday's game. Now, the big thing with this is Martin Jones has been quite phenomenal for the Leafs during his little stint as the starting goalie. This all did come after Joesph Woll did go down with an injury. Ilya Samsonov lost his groove and got sent down to the Marlies. And Martin Jones did come in and played, I believe, the last 7 games, including a couple of back-to-backs. But it seems like the coach is not willing to do another back-to-back for Martin Jones. Now, like I said, this is a back-to-back game. He will be playing tonight, but it's just not determined who will be playing tomorrow's game. So the big thing with this is who are the Leafs really left with that can play in net? As many people know, Ilya Samsonov was recalled from the Toronto Marlies, and Dennis Hildeby was sent back down and did just play last night. So when you look at Keefe's quotes, he said that'd be overdoing it, talking about playing Martin Jones in another back-to-back. He played a lot here this week. Already, we're going to need another guy tomorrow, but let's focus on that today. So the big thing with this is it seems like not only is the Leafs management not really naming who they're playing, it almost seems like they're not certain on who they're going to go with in tomorrow night's game. Now, we did last see Martin Jones play against the Islanders, which the Leafs did lose in 4-3 in overtime. Martin Jones did look good, but you could tell that all these games in a row really caught up on him, and he did look a little slower than he did in the previous few games. Now, here's the obvious thing. It seems like Ilya Samsonov is in track to play once again on Sunday. So when you do look at Ilya Samsonov, this year has been quite terrible for him. So far this season, he has an .862 save percentage, and this on the screen here is just his last 5 games. And when I say they're not great, they're really not great. Ilya Samsonov did have a shutout against Nashville, but then struggled mightily heading into the next couple of games. As you can see, an .862 against the Islanders, an .829 against Columbus, then once again a .737 and a .714. And as a starting goalie that is on quite a big contract and came into the season as looking like the number 1 goalie, this is just not acceptable. As I said, the game against Nashville was incredible, but then he did follow up with 4 quite terrible games where the Leafs fought back in the one against Columbus and then did lose in overtime. And just all these games, he didn't look himself at all. Now, the big issue with this is if you don't want to go with Ilya Samsonov, you are pushing a guy like Dennis Hildeby into his first start on the back-to-back of the Leafs playing. The Leafs will be playing a team. They're going to be sluggish. They're going to be a little tired, and Hildeby will be thrown into this. Now, Dennis Hildeby did go down to the AHL. He had a 20-save shutout in the Marlies' 8-0 win. So this guy knows how to play. He is getting back into action. He did sit for a while on the California trip, and when he did come back, because Martin Jones did ultimately play every one of these games, but he was sent down. He got his game in the AHL, so this might be the situation if Samsonov is truly not ready, that maybe they've recalled Dennis Hildeby once again. So it's going to be quite interesting. I don't know if the Leafs are going to look at maybe doing an amazing ad, if they're going to add a guy tonight, in the morning, this afternoon. Who knows? It's just really strange that they're not determining who the starting goalie is next. And honestly, I just don't know what they're going to do. But let's hop straight into the second topic, and I might have spoiled it a bit there, but Nick Robertson scratched again. So, as you can see, David Alter did say, the Leafs about to begin a full morning skate here. Nick Robertson wearing gray again. When you do look at the lines going in, we see Nyes, Matthews, Marner, which is pretty normal. Most of this lineup is Bertuzzi, Tavares, Nylander, Holmberg, Domi, and Järnkrok. We did see Holmberg get into this lineup for the last couple of games for a guy like Nick Robertson. I thought he looked great. We've seen the game against the Sharks, the Islanders. He did look exciting. He played against the Islanders, During the Islanders game, he did steal the puck in the corner on a long shift and set up Austin Matthews for a second of the game. This guy is playing well. He does look good, but it almost feels wrong to scratch Nick Robertson this much. When you do look at the bottom pairing, or line, McMahon, Kempf, Gregor's normal, and then, like I said, the extras of Robertson and Reeves. The defense doesn't really matter, as this is quite typically what they have been running. But as I said, having Nick Robertson scratched this much is a little concerning. I know Keefe did come out a week ago. He said he initially scratched him due to sloppy play with the puck and not really doing his thing defensively. But other than that, Nick Robertson has been quite good for this club. I mean, you look at this season alone, in 25 games he has 12 points. Now, the 12 points don't seem like a lot, but you need to remember, at the start of this year, Nick Robertson was playing third, fourth. He was kind of jumping around between the third and the fourth line, and this was a bottom six that was not connecting. Now, Max Domi did get put at center on the third line, and then you've seen a guy like Yarncroke slot in with Nick Robertson on the left wing, and this line looked quite good if you ask me, and honestly, the last few games have also looked quite good. I mean, if you look at the last 5 games for Nick Robertson, you can see against the Sharks, he had a goal. It was a bit of a blowout win, so that one doesn't count too much. A goal's a goal, though, at the end of the day. Then you see Carolina, he had a goal, and Columbus, he had a goal. So not only does he have 3 goals, but in the past 4 games he did play, he has a goal in all of them. But this just leads back to, what are the Leafs doing with a guy like Nick Robertson? As I said, the stats have shown that he knows how to play. This guy should be in the lineup. If you look at the stats on the season, he has 12 points, 6 goals, 6 assists. He got a point on the power play, and just overall, he has looked good. This is a guy that has dealt with a lot of injuries throughout his career, so seeing him scratched a lot when he's healthy is a little concerning. Like I said, Keefe did say he wants to see what Holmberg can do. They said, in quote, it was something like, we know what Robertson can do. I want to see what Holmberg can do so we know what we have to work with. I don't know if this is foreshadowing a trade. Maybe they want to see if Holmberg can honestly slot in onto this third line without shaking things up too much. Maybe this makes Nick Robertson extendable, because it's not going to be that long until I could see a lot of discomfort coming from Nick Robertson of just being constantly scratched. As I said, this is a young kid. He's dealt with numerous injuries through his career. As you can see here, he got called up for the Leafs. He had 6 games, 10 games, 15, and this is the most healthy season we have had from him. And since then, we just haven't been able to really get a good glimpse of him. We do get stretches where Nick Robertson looks great. I do think the third line does look good. It does have sloppy play at times, but it's, halfway through the season, I think you can get away with this. But if Nick Robertson's not in the future, why are they continuing to just keep him scratched? Let him get some reps in on the Marlies. Let him just play with the Leafs, or trade him off in a bigger package if you want to address another need like goaltending, which is currently an issue with Joesph Woll out. So what's your guys' thought? Do you think Martin Jones is going to play tonight and they're going to go trade for another guy and send Nick Robertson another way? Do you think Samsonov deserves his second chance? Or do you think they call up a rookie in Dennis Hildeby and just let the Hildebeest get unleashed and see, can he win a game? And also, what's your thoughts with Nick Robertson? Do you think his sloppy play is deserving of these multiple scratches in a row? Or do you think this is just precaution so they can ultimately trade him off? But let's hop into everyone's favorite topic, which is comments of the day. And the comment of the day goes to Cash Mac Gregor. He says, do you think the Leafs need another Morgan Rielly or a big stay-at-home defenseman? Now, don't get me wrong. I think Morgan Rielly has been outstanding this year. We see year after year, Morgan Rielly just kind of blossom. First off, he came into the league just being an offensively gifted defenseman. I think we've seen him just put up near 70 points. But since then, we've seen him really develop his two-way game. He's not going to be the most physical guy on the ice, but this guy puts his heart and soul into this team. I mean, just last season in the playoffs, we've seen Morgan Rielly absolutely go through hell just to help win a series for the Leafs. We've seen him get black eye, cannons of the shot from the point. This guy's a warrior, and in my opinion, the best defenseman on the Leafs. If we can get another guy like this, yes, I would be tickle pink, but I think they need to get a more physical shutdown guy to play us long. I know Brody has been good. He has his flashes of looking not so great, but in my opinion, he works perfect on the second pairing, or if you wanted to overkill it and go get 2 guys, he could work on the third pairing. So what's your guys' thoughts on that? Do you think they should go get another defenseman? While you're down there leaving a comment, make sure to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Like I said, we will be here all season long, giving you all the update info from around the league. If you want us to cover a certain topic too, just let us know down in the comments. And with that, take care.